How's it going, Jack Sackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today I wanted to hop on here and kind of give my thoughts on all of the recent news that we've gotten for Daredevil Born Again, which obviously is going to be a new Disney Plus series that hits in 2024, apparently. And a lot of fans are kind of starting to get worried because of all the recent news, whether or not this show is going to be canon, whether or not we're going to be getting certain actors returning, and I'm going to be discussing that all in this video. And it's pretty interesting stuff. A lot of people are starting to get worried, and I just wanted to talk about it. But anyway, we'll start with the relatively good news, I suppose. We have Jon Bernthal returning as the Punisher in this 18-episode series, which, again, 18 episodes is a lot of stories. So I'm excited for that, at least, I guess. But yeah, Jon Bernthal is going to be returning as the Punisher, Frank Castle, and obviously he's the GOAT, and I'm very excited for that. I love Jon Bernthal's performance as the Punisher. It's just absolutely incredible, so it will be great to see him in this show. However, we got very devastating news, and this news kind of broke the internet, or at least kind of broke Twitter in many ways, at least the comic book side of Twitter, because a lot of people were pretty pissed off by this news, I myself included. Karen and Foggy, they could be getting recast in this series. Now, it's not necessarily confirmed that they will be getting recast, at least at the time of me making this video. It's not necessarily confirmed. But what is confirmed is Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Henson, who play Karen Page and Foggy Nelson, respectively, will not be in this show, apparently. Now, that is pretty devastating. Again, it's just heartbreaking stuff. And, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's a super big deal, like I just lost a loved one, but it is heartbreaking. It really is just not great news. I mean, they were fantastic as these characters, and honestly, it's like, are Karen and Foggy going to even be in this show? Again, 18 episodes, you would think they'd be in this show, but I mean, who even knows? And it's just, I guess, up in the air as of right now if their roles will be recast. And I just hope to God that they won't be recast, because it just will not be the same without them, at least in my opinion. And I know some people will say, listen, Jack, this show's not canon to the Netflix series, so there's going to be some rebooted elements and new cast members that are playing original characters in this show that weren't in the Netflix series. Okay, if you want to say that, whatever. But I know there are still a lot of fans out there that are pretty upset that this isn't really going to be a continuation of Daredevil, the Netflix series. Now, that's okay, because you could still reboot it a little bit just in terms of the tone. You know, if you want to make it a bit more Disney-friendly, I guess. I'm actually open to that. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be rated R. Maybe PG-13, okay, fine. You know, I'll allow that. You know, maybe not as much violence. I'll let that slide, okay? I'm not that much of an edgelord. But, you know, it's still just not very fun that Karen and Foggy are not going to be in this. Well, at least Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Henson. Now, we also got some news that I want to talk about in this video that definitely leads people to believe that perhaps Karen and Foggy definitely will be recast, because they did confirm the character of Vanessa Fisk is getting recast, and Sandrine Holt, however you pronounce her first name, she will be taking over the mantle, I guess you could say, of Vanessa Fisk. Now, this is interesting, I will say. Listen, Sandrine Holt, Sandrine, however, again, you say it, she actually, this actress, played Howard Hamlin's wife in Better Call Saul, which is pretty hilarious. And you would think I'd be all for this casting. I'd be like, oh yeah, Sandrine Holt, okay, she's Howard Hamlin's wife. Let her be in Daredevil. No, I'm usually against recasts. So no matter. Also, I think the actress who played Vanessa in the Netflix series was already great. You know, I really liked her as Vanessa. So it was just kind of like, what's going on? So a lot of people are like kind of shaking in their boots a little bit. They're like, all right, now it's official. This is going to be a new reboot. Again, I'm fine if you reboot certain elements, but going full recast while you're keeping some of the cast members, basically it seems that they're only going to be keeping the actors who play superheroes or characters that wear a costume of some kind, like Jon Bernthal. and Charlie Cox, because they're not going to bring back kind of some of the quote-unquote side characters like Karen and Foggy and Vanessa, who aren't in a superhero, suit. So it seems they're going down that route. There's also been rumors that Jessica Jones is going to be returning, Kristen Ritter, which I guess that's cool. But, it's like, again, she's also a superhero. So why are we not keeping the side characters? Because, they're not really important. No one will care. I mean, that's what Disney thinks probably, right? Anyways, I'll be honest with you guys. I was worried for the show from the get-go. Well, when I say get-go, I mean when we saw Daredevil's appearance in She-Hulk, I realized, oh boy. A lot of people really enjoyed Daredevil and She-Hulk. Now, I know I'm somewhat in the minority here when I talk about my feelings that, I don't like Daredevil and She-Hulk. I didn't like it, rather. And I don't want them to continue going down that route with his character. And, whether or not it's comic accurate, which apparently it is. Oh, it's comic accurate, guys. Daredevil acts like this, okay? All right. It doesn't really matter to me. I liked how he was in the Netflix show. And again, I know some people are probably just going to tell me, you got to let it go, Jack. You got to let go of the Netflix show. This is going to be a new version of Daredevil. And if there's going to be recasts, if Daredevil's going to act a little different in this show, which I assume he will be acting a little more similar to his Netflix, I guess, counterpart, just because this is his own show, and She-Hulk was kind of a comedy series, more of a sitcom, rather, instead of a drama, which I assume Daredevil Born Again will be a drama series and be a little more dark than She-Hulk. But again, I don't think it'll quite reach the darkness and the grittiness of the Netflix series. But, it's just hard to not compare Daredevil Born Again to the Netflix series because they're keeping some of the actors. Like, if you wanted to recast everyone, that'd be a different story. Granted, I'd also be pissed off about that. So now some people will be like, all right, you can't please everyone, Jack. So you either get to keep Charlie Cox or you either get to get a completely new Daredevil or whatever. It's like, well, can't we just kind of keep all the actors? And you can say it's a different universe, but also it's like not really a different universe. Like you could kind of maybe keep it a little hidden, whether or not it actually is part of the Netflix show, stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of people are starting to get scared, and I'm not the only person who is worried for the show. Yeah, really. I saw a lot of people on Twitter kind of be talking about this, and the cracks are starting to form for this show. But again, going back to the whole She-Hulk thing, I was worried for this show ever since I saw his appearance in She-Hulk. Could it have been worse, his appearance in She-Hulk? I don't know, I guess, but it just wasn't for me. Though some people's main argument is that, yes, She-Hulk was a sitcom, basically, for the most part. So it's like, okay, they're going to play into that tone a little more. Daredevil Born Again, it's going to be dark. Okay, guys? That's what people think, at least. And yeah, we'll see if that ends up happening. We'll see if it's dark or not. And will this show be good? Who knows? Honestly, my answer to that question with all this news, Karen and Foggy, we don't know if Deborah Ann Wool or Eldon Henson are going to be coming back. And we also know that Vanessa's recast. So with all this news, I don't know. There are some good things, though. Again, John Bernthal returning. That is pretty sweet. I love the Punisher. But there are still a lot of things that I'm very skeptical about. And a lot of people are also starting to get pretty skeptical about this show too. So it's very interesting, it's very interesting. I'll be thinking about this for quite some time up until we get the show and more footage. I mean, we haven't gotten any footage for the show. It's a little far out. I do believe it is filming though. So the more news we get about this series, maybe I'll make more videos on and kind of think about it a little more. But again, right now, I definitely am concerned, and it's kind of hard to be optimistic right now. It's kind of hard to be optimistic, just because there's been some disheartening news. But yeah, man, that's really all I got to say. Will it be good? Now it's time for you guys to answer that question down in the comments below. Will this show be good? I mean, obviously, no one can say for certain as of now. This is all just speculation and theorization, I guess you could say, and just kind of giving our predictions on if the show will be good or not. And my answer to it is, well, fairly complicated, as we've discussed in this video. But yeah, let me hear all your thoughts on this down in the comments below. What do you think, man? What are you thinking? I'm very curious. I mean, I already know what some people are already thinking, though, so. But yeah, drop all your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.